Raise your hand if you've ever received a vaccine. Although I can't see your responses in person, I'm willing to bet that every single one of you answered yes. Why am I so confident? The University of Arkansas requires that all students receive 2 MMR vaccines in order to enroll for classes. As a pre-med student, I quickly learned the importance of vaccines and their ability to prevent diseases. For most of us, childhood doctor's visits often resulted in being maliciously stabbed by terrifying needles, aka getting a shot. However, vaccines have become an increasingly controversial topic, especially in the political sphere. In fact, the American Osteopathic Association reports that nearly 45% of American adults doubt vaccine safety in some way. For this reason, today I will be discussing the history, science, and controversy surrounding vaccines. Before picking a side in any debate, it's important to learn the science and history behind the issue at hand. According to the Gale Encyclopedia of Public Health, vaccination is the injection of a weakened or dead microbe in a person to stimulate the immune system against that microbe and prevent disease. This is a diagram depicting how vaccines work. As you can see, the patient is injected with a live or inactivated virus, which stimulates immune responses. And then the immune system is able to recognize that pathogen in the future if it ever returns and prevent disease. According to the CDC, vaccination is one of the most effective ways parents can protect their infants, children, and teens from 16 potentially harmful diseases that can be very serious, may require hospitalization, or even be deadly. The CDC's website provides recommended immunization schedules for all ages. This is an immunization table for children birth to 6 years. These are the recommended vaccines here, and at the top are the recommended time frames you should vaccinate your children in. And this is the same thing for children 7 to 18 years. The first vaccine was developed in 1796 by English physician Edward Jenner. Jenner injected fluid from a cowpox patient, she's depicted here, into a healthy 13-year-old boy, which prevented him from contracting smallpox. This is an example of how one virus, in this case cowpox, can prevent against the infection of another, smallpox. Jenner's discoveries kickstarted revolutionary research on vaccination over the next 200 years and the development of all the vaccines we have today. With the science and history of vaccines in mind, I now would like to discuss both sides of the debate surrounding them. According to Dr. Newsom, a pro-vaccination advocate, public health success is in jeopardy today as a growing number of parents are refusing to vaccinate their children based on long debunked claims about vaccine safety, efficacy, and necessity. The scientific evidence is overwhelming that vaccines are among the most safe and effective medical practices. Vaccines can save children's lives. Most childhood vaccines are 90 to 90% effective. Adverse reactions to vaccines are extremely rare, and the most common are severe allergic reactions, which occur in 1 per million vaccinations. This is a list of preventable diseases if you are vaccinated. You have tuberculosis, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, flu, MMR, etc. And these are examples of children who did not receive their MMR vaccine. You have a mumps patient, measles patient, and rubella patient. So vaccines also contribute to what is called herd immunity. Herd immunity occurs when a high percentage of the population is immune to a disease, making its spread from person to person unlikely. However, herd immunity can only occur if the majority of the population is vaccinated. To put this in perspective, at least 93% of the population has to be vaccinated against the measles to guard against its spread. So here we have a graph of kindergartners who have received their MMR vaccine in the United States by state. And all these gray states here, kindergartners have only received the MMR vaccine in the high 80% to low 90 percentile, which means that that is not enough to protect against measles in terms of herd immunity. So now that I've discussed the pro-vaccination side, I'd like to discuss the opposing side. The anti-vaccination movement has been around since Jenner's discovery in 1796, questioning vaccine safety, efficacy, and necessity. Some people argue that vaccines have the potential to do more harm than good. Numerous studies have linked vaccines to negative side effects. For example, in 1982, a study was released that the DPT vaccine was found to cause severe brain damage, seizures, and delayed mental function. In addition, Dr. A. Wakefield published a study in the Lancet Journal suggesting a link between the MMR vaccine and autism. In addition, vaccines can contain ingredients that some consider objectionable. Some scientists use animal products such as chicken eggs, pig gelatin, and insect cells, which can conflict with vegan and vegetarian philosophies. In addition, many people argue that the government should not intervene in personal medical choices. Mandatory vaccines infringe upon constitutionally protected religious beliefs. For example, some Christians believe that the body is sacred and should only be healed if God allows. And there are also ethical dilemmas that exist due to the use of human tissue cells to create some vaccines. Many people also argue that medical decisions for children should be left up to their parents. Some families believe in an all-natural approach to staying healthy, such as exercise, taking vitamins, seeing a chiropractor, as opposed to engaging in medicine and unnatural approaches, as they would say. So now that I have outlined both sides of the debate, I would like to review. Controversies surrounding vaccines have existed since their discovery in 1796. While many argue vaccines are the greatest feat of public health, others question their safety and regulations. After this speech, I hope you are well informed on both sides of this debate. After all, it is important to know both sides of an argument before taking a side of the issue at hand. Thank you for listening.